Hi guys, in this video I'm going to show you the process of drawing this doodle start to finish. As I often do, I drew a border all the way around my page. This is an A5 size piece of paper, so it's not too big, not too small for drawing a doodle. And the pen I'm using here is a Lamy Joy fountain pen. And the nib is a fine nib. So I tried using extra fine, it was a little bit too fine for me, and I tried using the B, which is broad, I think, and it was too chunky for my preference, so I ended up settling on the fine. I'm in the process of cleaning my technical pens. I left ink in them and they kind of got clogged, and I need to clean them and fix them up before I can go back to using them. So in the meantime, I'm using a fountain pen, but a fountain pen also is a great doodling tool. So I was thinking that I wanted to have some areas in this doodle that were really dark and areas that were really light and areas that were sort of in the middle. So the middle areas, we'll call them the gray areas, but they're not gray, they're black and white, were the places where I just draw a lot of detailed doodles in all sorts of directions and all sorts of shapes. And the dark areas would be these black clouds that I repeated in 3 places. And the white would be these sort of scallops that are piled on top of each other. They remind me a little bit of those sea creatures that like to clump together on rocks, and the way they clump together looks sort of organic and strange because each one is in a different size in a different direction. And this shape, this snaky shape, is something that I recently drew and I really like it. It's just some zigzags with stripes in the center and then black filled in triangles in the inner corners. I don't know why, I really like it and I want to keep exploring this shape. And then I added some more of these scallops piled on top of each other, so that they won't appear just in one place on the page. I wanted them to be in another place, and actually I think I added some more of them after that. And once I was happy with the areas of white and black, I thought, okay, this whole space here in the center, I'm just going to fill it with a lot of random and detailed and small doodles going in all sorts of directions and in all sorts of shapes. I really like repeating the same thing in the doodle in several places and maybe in different sizes, in different directions. I think it looks a lot more interesting when something is repeated. It just draws the eyes more than when it was just appearing once on the page. I used this pale turquoise Copic marker that I had. I wish I had a bolder color to use, and I guess I do, but I ended up just using this pale turquoise color. And I also repeated the shape that the pale turquoise color was in and the doodle design around it. And at this point, I just had to fill in the rest of the space with the very small doodles that are kind of noisy and going in all directions and kind of random. And in the end, I decided I would embellish the black with some white. So I used this acrylic ink and a dip pen and added some circles, some of them clustered close together, some of them further apart, some of them circles, some of them dots, so that there'd be some texture there and it won't be uniform. Then I repeated that on all of the black spaces, and that's the finished doodle. And this is my helper. I have this cushion on the desk to encourage my cats to sit away from the page, although they're not always encouraged to do that. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave me a comment and let me know what kind of videos you'd like me to make next. If you want this style of video or some other style of video. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.